Hi, Best Buds. It's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Well, do you have vintage handkerchiefs? I have 3 really pretty ones right here. And as you can see, I've ironed them. And then I took a complimentary piece of fabric and I ironed it too. Then I took my straight pins and I pinned my vintage handkerchief onto my little piece that I've selected. Then, as you can tell right here, I have taken my pinking shears and I have trimmed around the edge. I didn't measure, you guys. This is going to be one of those projects where it's going to be a little, I'm going to call it a little more rustic. It's definitely going to have a vintage flair. The next thing, well, let's just do that right here. So I sewed my little handkerchief onto my fabric. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine, you can still do this project. You will have to take your glue that you use for fabric, and then you'll have to go around with your glue and lay your little handkerchief on top and let it dry. And then you too will have them combined together like this. And you could do it without sewing. Then I've taken my pinking shears and I'm just going to trim fairly close to the edge of my little handkerchief here. And I'm not measuring, you guys. I'm just trimming around, okay? So that's what I did. And I did that on this one, as you can see. And I've also done it on this one, but I went a little further with this one. So I took my little handkerchief and I folded it up. And you can fold it up as high as you want to make a pocket for the inside, and then also to decide how big you want your outside to be. So this is 9 by 6 is what this approximately this one would be if I did it like this. Isn't that cute inside? Oh my goodness, I think that is absolutely precious. Now when I look at this, this bothers me right here. So I would make that into my pocket and I would actually turn it this way, and then yeah, then I'm not bothered anymore. So that is exactly what I did with this one. I turned it up and I sewed with my machine on the outside edges, and I sewed right in the middle. Now, once again, if you don't have a sewing machine, you take that glue that you used to glue the handkerchief onto the back, and you use it to glue your edges and the center, because what you're making pockets. Oh, so cute. Now, at this point in time, you can decide that this is your outside journal cover, or you could even turn it like this and you could have this be your outside journal cover. It's all up to you. This is your project. You make it the way you like to, and it will turn out absolutely adorable. I think this is absolutely, I love it. And I love the fact that it has a darker edge because it actually makes the little handkerchief pop. So the outer edge on this one is the pink. I think that makes that pop. And then there's even a different purple color on this one. So you can get your handkerchiefs, get them out, press them up, and get them prepped for this right here. I have a book, Conversational French. It's from 1944, and I thought, well, this would be a some cute little pages to put in this journal. So I think I'm going to take some of these out to add to my little handkerchief journal. I also have some printed digitals. I'm not real sure. I think this is a Sampool Designs. I'm not real positive. But I thought these little botanical journaling cards would be absolutely perfect for this little journal. Now this right here, this is, let me grab my thing, Lavender in the Garden from Mrs. Cog's Crafts. And I thought this would be perfect to add into my journal. How perfect is that? That's going to be lovely. Alrighty, so we've got that lavender feels somewhere in Italy, I do believe. But let's go ahead and let's look at this one. Now this is a envelope, and whether I decide to clip it onto one of the pages or possibly sew it in to the signature, I just thought this was really lovely. Even though it's not exactly purple, it just really is sweet. And this is from the paper Cameo. All right, now I've got one more thing to show you, and those are the digitals that I've selected. Now these digitals right here that I'm going to show you first are Wildflowers of British Isles from Mrs. Cog's Crafts. And that's these right here. I thought that would be gorgeous. And this would be gorgeous. And this one. Now these that I'm going to show you next are from Chapter 1 papers. And it's this one, and I have coffee dyed the backs of my pages right here, as you can see. So let's go ahead and let's start putting some of our pages into our little journal cover. So let's just start with this one. And if I fold it in half, let's just look and see. Well, it's going to fit this way. I'll just have to take a little bit off this way. So let's just do that. So let's go ahead and fold it in half. Now, someone's going to want to know what size this paper is to begin with. I printed it on copy white paper. And this, after I've trimmed it, is 10.5 by 8. But we're going to need to cut a little bit more off of it. Now, will it fit into my small? Yeah, it'll fit my small guillotine. I'm just going to trim it off here. I'll trim a little bit off here. Okay, now, the way this paper is, I could actually trim this right here. Let's just stick it inside and see. What shall we do? Shall we trim it? Shall we leave it? I think I'm going to leave it. Oh, that looks so good in there, doesn't it? Okay, I think that's spectacular. So what I'll need to do is I'll need to go ahead and fold these. Now some of them I think we ought to make as a fold out. So to do that, let's see, it's going to be folded here. So I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm going to lightly make a mark right there. Okay, that's half. So if I'm going to line my paper up on the lines, if I fold this right here, I'm just thinking here real quick. That's half. Okay, let me see. I have to think. Let's fold this right here like this. Well, let's put this inside here. This always helps because this is our little template. And then we'll fold this over like that. Maybe more like here. There we go. And give it a good crease. All right. Now you know I'm going to have to fold the edges because the ends, I should say, not the edges, the ends. Because now this is a little tall. So I'm going to take it to my little guillotine, give it a chop, give it another chop. And I'm actually going to cut this off here so it will fit a little better. And you'll see what I'm doing here in just a minute. It'll make sense. I'm hoping it will make sense to you. I'm not going to cut this one. I'm just going to cut that one. I'm going to put this right there. Okay, so if this goes into here like this, we can fold it out, and then it would fold out again. And then on this side, it would fold out like this. Okay, so I actually think I will cut a little bit more. So it'll just give us a little bit more room when we go to fold it out. I didn't cut that iris. It's still intact. Okay, so we've got to fold out. Okay, so those are 2 papers. I think this one I'm going to fold this way. Maybe we could use this for center. That would be really pretty. So I'm going to pop this in like this. And let's look at this picture. King. Yeah, all I need to do is cut a little bit off the edges, the ends right here. Cut a little bit off here and a little bit off the other side. So prepping papers, once you select which papers you want to go in your journal, then you'll have to prep them. And that's what I'm doing right now. It's what I'm calling prepping pages. So if this is going to be our center, that would be really pretty in the center of this. Okay, so I've got one more of these larger pages, and here it is right here. Okay, so do I want another fold out? I think I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it like this just to give me an idea of where it's going to fold. And then I'm going to fold it right here like this. I'll give it a crease. And then I'm going to open it all the way up, and I'm going to fold it here. So we're going to fold that in like that. That's going to be, oh, it's going to go this way. Okay, I'm going to cut a little bit off the ends. Just like that. Oh goodness, those papers are really going to look beautiful in there. So now these right here, these are much smaller. So let's just fold these in half. So as simple as just putting the 2 ends together and giving it a crease. Okay, and one more. And I like the fact that they are a different size, because we can mix them with these larger pages. And I think that will look wonderful. We can even turn them this way and pop them in. So you could do it this way. You don't have to always have the printed side folded face up. Now let's get into our little French book here. And let's go ahead. I don't even know the condition of these pages yet, because I have yet to do anything with them. But here, I think if I just take this out right here, there we go, and I'll get my scissors, and I'm just going to trim the, there we go, the pages. It keeps moving on me. Okay, I'm going to trim these pages out, and then we're going to fold these to go into our journal. All right, so I've got them all separated. I was looking at this, and I was thinking if we fold this up, we can make pockets out of these pages, built-in pockets as I like to call them. So let's just fold this up, and you just fold it up as far as you know, if you want to have an 1.5 inch pocket, then you fold it up 1.5 inches. If you want 2-inch pockets, that's all up to you. You get to decide how big you want your pockets to be. And this is where I didn't know how frail the paper is. That's not bad at all. Oh my goodness, that is going to be adorable. So if we place this in here like this, I'm thinking we might need to cut a little bit off the edge right here so that it fits a little better. It's too big for that small guillotine, so let's bring our bigger guillotine in and let's just trim off a little bit. Maybe something like that. And then you can pop it here. Oh goodness, that's going to be great. Pop that in. It breaks things up, as you see, because if you have too much going on, well, that one's not bad at all, but if you have too much going on, it gets a little overwhelming, maybe is the word I'm using or want to use. So let's go ahead, and you can also alter the height. You can put one end bigger than the other, and you can have that sticking out like that. There's so many different ways that you can combine your pages to get different looks. We can even maybe put a doily in here. I see a doily in these, so let me fold up these other book pages. I'm going to make pockets out of all, I think there's 3 of them. I'm going to make pockets out of all 3 of these book pages, and I'm going to cut off the edge again, and then I'll be right back. All right, so let's start combining our pages. I grabbed 3, I believe, little doilies. I think the color is gorgeous, and let's go ahead and fold them in half. So I'm just going to line up the scallops and give it a little press. All right, we've got that one, and let's do this one. And then let's start putting them together to see what kind of combination do we want. I am going to look at my bigger pages. I've got 3 of them. Nope, I've got 2 of them, because the other one I folded very thinly for a really big fold out like this. Okay, so with my cover, I'm going to look at my cover, and I'm going to see, do I like this big one in there like that, or would I rather have this one in there? Oh, it's hard to decide, isn't it? It's so hard. Or a book page, or even one of these. Oh, well, that's awful sweet. I kind of like that one. So I've got this one, and I've got this one. So let's look again here, and then let's look here. No, I really like this one. All right, so this one, and if we pair it with a bigger page and we put this in here, then how does this look? And this is just my process that I do. I just take some time and I decide, how am I going to like this going together? This one has a fold out, this side. So if it folds out, about if we put a pocket in here, that, and then do we want a doily in there with that pocket? I don't think so. I think I want this next. Then I would like my doily to go in. I think I want this doily. I don't have a lavender doily. And maybe this fold out. And then how about another pocket book page. And then about this one. Oh, I did too have another one. That was going to be my center. Remember? Yeah, remember, Cathy? More like remember, Cathy? Yeah. How about this? Then we can maybe put this one and this one. And then, what's this? Oh, we've got one more. We put that there. And then this one. And then this one. Okay, how many pages did we end up compiling together? We'll count that in just a minute, but let's fold it in and see. Well, that's not bad. I think that's going to look good. No, something's sticking out, and it's those folded book pages. I'm going to go ahead and I need to trim them a little bit more. So I'm going to trim them, and then I'm going to see how this all looks together. All right, so if this is our first page, and then we're just looking to see how we like this. I'm going to move that up just a little bit. I'm going to move this down. And then this is the fold out. This is our pocket page. And I think I'm going to pull the book page up so it's more like this. I like the way that looks. Like that. Okay, and then we've got our center. I love that center. And we've got this way, the other side of our book, or signature, I should say. We're just looking to see how is it all looking together. Oh, I really like that. That looks good. Okay, I'm very happy with that. Very happy with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 pages. So 24 pages total. And I really like how that is. So next what I need to do is, I think I'm going to pop this onto a page with a paper clip. Yeah, I think that will be good. That's our envelope that we have from Paper Cameo, the Paper Cameo. And then our digitals, our tags and things. Of course, we've got our pockets that we made that we can pop these into our pockets. That will be absolutely gorgeous. And we've got some pockets here in the front that we can add lots of little things to. You know, I also have a, what's the word? My specialty trim. Look at this. I have got lavender tufts, and I have got green. I don't know what even to call it. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I think I'm going to have to add some of this to it as well. You guys, I hope this has given you lots of ideas and shown you how you can use a vintage doily for the cover of your journal, how you can go about selecting pages and folding them so that they create interest as you flip through your signature. And if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.